Imagine waking up 10 mornings from now and feeling your waistband glide instead of pinch. No crash diet, no grueling detox, just a dawn-lit mug filled with comfort-warm water, fresh crushed lemon, and a ribbon of raw apple cider vinegar. In the next few minutes, you'll discover why this simple trio flattens bloat, steadies sugar, and nudges dangerous visceral fat into retreat. You'll learn exact doses, safe limits, and 1 minute of movement that locks the results in place. Ready to trade skepticism for science-backed simplicity? Let's begin. First, trace the story from clay tablets to peer-reviewed trials. 2.5 millennia ago, Hippocrates calmed gut distress with fermented apple tonics. Ayurveda prescribed Ushnodaka, gently heated water, to stoke digestive fire, and Roman legions marched with citrus to ward off scurvy. Fast forward to 2025, where the World Obesity Federation warns that abdominal fat is fueling nearly 40% of cardiometabolic deaths. Ancient practice and modern urgency intersect perfectly in a single mug. Next, examine ingredient 1, water served at the temperature of a relaxing bath. When liquid enters at about 40 degrees Celsius, thermoreceptors signal smooth muscle to dilate, releasing overnight gastric tension like a sunrise stretch. A Japanese crossover study measured a 30% faster stomach emptying rate and a modest uptick in resting metabolic expenditure compared with cold water. Swift emptying denies gas-forming bacteria their breakfast buffet, while rehydration restores plasma volume, lowers sodium concentration, and trims that bleary-eyed puffiness many of us carry to the scale. Meanwhile, lemon contributes more than aroma. Half a fruit yields roughly 30 milligrams of vitamin C, an antioxidant that neutralizes free radicals before they inflame fat cells. Polyphenols, such as hesperidin and limonene, concentrated in peel and pith, downregulate NF-kappa B, the gene commander that summons inflammatory cytokines. Paradoxically, although lemon juice enters at pH 2, renal metabolism leaves an alkaline residue that buffers the low-grade acidosis linked to fat storage. Add improved bile flow, and you have a citrus catalyst that makes every downstream enzyme work smarter. On the other hand, raw apple cider vinegar arrives as the biochemical strategist. Its cloudy mother contains acetic acid, amino acids, and friendly acetobacter. A 2024 randomized trial tracking 120 adults found that 15 milliliters of ACV at breakfast shaved 3.4 kilograms of weight and a meaningful slice of visceral fat over 12 weeks without any other lifestyle change. Mechanistically, acetic acid slows disaccharидase enzymes, flattening the post-meal glucose curve, and flips genes that funnel liberated fatty acids into mitochondrial furnaces rather than adipose storage. Lipid panels improve, triglycerides drop, and satiety rises. Yet potency brings risk. Undiluted vinegar will punish tooth enamel and irritate an inflamed esophagus. As a result, the magic emerges only when all 3 ingredients mingle at sunrise. Warm water opens digestive gates, lemon dispatches antioxidants and bile, and vinegar choreographs sugar and fat traffic. Cortisol peaks naturally before dawn, nudging adipocytes to release fatty acids for morning motion. The tonic rides that hormonal wave, steering liberated fuel toward combustion instead of recycling. Many first-time users report a 2-centimeter waist reduction within 10 days. Modest numerically, yet psychologically powerful enough to reinforce longer-term change. Now, preparation demands less than 90 seconds. Pour 250 milliliters of freshly boiled water into a ceramic mug. Wait until it cools to spa warmth. Roll a washed lemon to release oils, slice and squeeze half directly into the mug. Swirl in exactly 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Stir, inhale the crisp aroma, and sip steadily through a reusable glass or bamboo straw. Finish within 10 minutes, then swish plain water to protect your teeth. No exotic powders, no blenders, no excuses. Furthermore, finesse elevates both taste and therapeutic reach. Sprinkle a pinch of Ceylon cinnamon to amplify insulin sensitivity, or grate a thumbnail of ginger for extra thermogenesis. If acidity pricks your palate, 3 drops of raw honey or a dash of stevia soften the edge without sabotaging the metabolic mission. Use only glass, ceramic, or stainless steel vessels. Acetic acid leaches unwanted compounds from soft plastic. And remember, doubling vinegar will not double fat loss. Moderation keeps the remedy safe and sustainable. Before moving on, guard your smile. Acidity softens enamel for roughly 30 minutes after exposure. Rinse with plain water immediately and delay brushing for at least half an hour to allow remineralization. If sensitivity persists, cut vinegar to 2 teaspoons and add a nightly nano-hydroxyapatite toothpaste. Tooth health diligence means you can enjoy the tonic indefinitely without trading a flatter belly for costly dental restorations. Within minutes, physiological dominoes fall. At the 10-minute mark, gastric motility rises, releasing trapped gas and easing that tight belt feeling. 90 minutes in, acetic acid moderates the glucose spike from breakfast oats, sparing you the 11 a.m. snack ambush. By noon, potassium from lemon peel partners with hydration to relax arterial walls, trimming a few points off systolic pressure. Mid-afternoon sees steadier insulin, translating to even energy instead of the notorious slump. At bedtime, reduced abdominal pressure lessens reflux risk, allowing deeper sleep and faster overnight recovery. Consequently, a simple paper log becomes your truth serum. Create 4 columns: date, waist circumference at the navel, bloating score from 1 to 10, and energy score from 1 to 10. Fill it in before your first sip each morning. Day 3 often delivers smoother transit. Day 5 usually tightens belt holes. Day 10 shows concrete centimeters gone. Post updates in the comment box for community reinforcement. Social proof is magnetic, and your notes might inspire a friend's first step. Community multiplies momentum. Humans are wired for social comparison, and public declarations sharpen commitment. Typing ready in the comments recruits an accountability circle that cheers every update and shares crowd-tested tweaks, like adding crushed mint for palate freshness or packing a travel sachet of lemon powder for business trips. Graduates often pay it forward, posting grocery lists and substitution tips for regions where Maya lemons or raw vinegar are scarce. Nevertheless, myths lurk online. Influencers slam back straight vinegar shots expecting a metabolic inferno. Research shows diminishing returns beyond 15 milliliters. Excess merely raises hypokalemia risk. Lemon-only detoxes fare no better, stripping muscle glycogen while leaving insulin resistance untouched. Balanced dilution, strategic timing, and reliable repetition beat sensational shortcuts every time. Certain individuals must pause and seek clearance. Anyone with chronic gastritis, active ulcers, Barrett's esophagus, or stage 3 kidney disease should consult a clinician first. Apple cider vinegar can potentiate insulin-lowering drugs. Glucose monitoring is non-negotiable for people with diabetes. Loop diuretics plus ACV intensify potassium loss, and warfarin users need to know that high-dose vitamin C can subtly influence clotting time. Personalization keeps a universal protocol both safe and effective. Meanwhile, lifestyle amplifiers multiply results. Immediately after the final sip, stride briskly for 2 minutes. Muscle contraction siphons glucose into cells without insulin, complementing vinegar's enzyme slowdown. Choose a breakfast rich in viscous fiber, steel-cut oats, chia pudding, or lentil dosa to bind bile acids and escort cholesterol out of the body. Hydrate through the morning with plain water flavored by mint leaves instead of reaching for carbonated sugar bombs that reverse the tonic's work. Similarly, synchronize sleep and light. 10 minutes of natural daylight within an hour of waking resets circadian clocks so cortisol peaks precisely when the tonic is absorbed and melatonin rises smoothly at night. Aim for 7 to 9 hours in a dark, cool, screen-free room. Inadequate rest raises ghrelin and hampers insulin sensitivity, undoing hard-won glucose control. Cost efficiency often seals the deal. A month-long stock of lemons and raw apple cider vinegar costs less than a single tub of exotic greens powder. Warm water flows from the tap for almost nothing, and a reusable straw replaces endless plastic bottles. Wellness can, in fact, be democratic. No subscription, no secret algorithm driving up prices, just Earth's simplest ingredients deployed with surgical precision. Seasonal variety keeps both palate and micronutrient profile fresh. In midsummer, switch to kaffir lime or calamansi, bursting with mood-lifting terpenes. Autumn invites half a stick of cinnamon and a whisper of nutmeg to echo harvest aromas while adding manganese. Winter mornings welcome a teaspoon of raw honey to soothe dry throats and fuel brown fat thermogenesis, whereas spring calls for crushed mint or holy basil leaves to supply extra antimicrobial polyphenols. Rotating accents fights flavor fatigue and broadens nutrient intake. Quality control matters. Choose organic lemons whenever possible, because synthetic waxes and pesticide residues concentrate in the peel you may zest. Select vinegar labeled raw and with the mother, so Acetobacter cultures remain alive. Filtered versions are little more than designer acetic acid. Store vinegar in dark glass away from heat and keep lemons at room temperature for several days before refrigeration to maximize juice yield. Even small storage tweaks preserve big biological payoff. Finally, pair the physical ritual with 60 seconds of mindful breathing to lock in the habit loop. Sit upright before the first sip. Inhale through the nose for 4 counts. Hold 2, exhale 6, and picture the warm liquid sweeping residue from every bend of the intestine. Stanford research shows that linking new behaviors to controlled breath activates the prefrontal cortex, tagging the sequence as deliberate rather than reflexive. Deliberateness breeds perseverance. When dawn alarms tempt the snooze button, the memory of mental clarity and a settled gut helps you rise. To summarize, warm water relaxes digestive tissue and accelerates transit. Lemon delivers antioxidants, bile stimulation, and an alkaline after effect. Apple cider vinegar modulates glucose and instructs cells to burn, not store, energy. Together they engineer a dawn protocol that trims bloat, sharpens concentration, and nudges cholesterol towards safety, using ingredients that cost less than your daily coffee. Therefore, the next move is yours. Place a lemon, a tablespoon, and a straw beside the kettle tonight and set a phone reminder titled Flat Belly Challenge Day 1. At sunrise, brew, sip, stroll, and jot your first log entry. If evidence-driven simplicity resonates, smash that like button, click subscribe, and type ready below so the community can welcome you aboard. In the next video, we'll reveal the nighttime mineral trio that doubles fat burn while you sleep. Until then, raise your cup to disciplined mornings and a midsection that finally feels like home.